So how do you describe intuition and emotional mastery?
Oh, very good. You see, your intuition is a spillover of the intensity of your thoughts and emotions. You see, do you know what intuition is?
Break it, explain it.
Intuition is seeing what is invisible.
Seeing what is invisible.
Yes, what is not obvious to what other people cannot see, you just see it.
You're just having the intuition.
Intuition, yes.
Okay.
We call it digested knowledge.
Okay.
Or we call it learning by discerning.
Okay.
So you are discerning. You are discerning. So you are seeing the invisible. That's intuition.
Okay.
There are surgeons that they see cases that they have never been taught in school. What did they use to come out successful in those operations, in those surgeries? Intuition. Yeah, intuition. The same thing with pilots who fly planes, who get to turbulent situations that they don't stand a chance. And they just use some people will call it discretion. But at that point, it's actually your intuition. Do you understand? Or a musician, they play 7 different beats for you. And you just know that the 4th beat is the beat that will make the difference in the market. That's the hit. Do you understand?
Yes, that's true.
I can give you more and more examples. So not just, I can give you the example of a lawyer that just feels like, oh man, you know what? These are the cases that will set my company apart. Or this is the industry, this is the direction that we should go into. So many things. People who succeed in life are very intuitive. I'll give you examples. Warren Buffett. He's an investor, successful investor. He has successfully invested in the right companies. He makes more hits than misses. Much more. Part of what he uses, apart from going through their company records, is what? Intuition. Yes, intuition. Because there are certain decisions that you want to make in life that you don't have enough data. You are going to have to use intuition for certain decisions in life if you're going to succeed. I'll share another example with Simon Cowell, one of the most successful men in the entertainment industry. He can see an artist and just know whether the artist will succeed or not. Jay-Z signed Rihanna after hearing her for just 5 minutes. He signed her. Today, she has sold almost 100 million records.
Wow.
Yes. Today, she's a billionaire. Intuition. Apart from that, you hear a voice. Something just tells you that, man, this is going to work. This is not going to work. Do you understand? How do you cultivate your intuition? Very simple. Two things. Your intuition, the more inquisitive you are, the more intuitive you will be. The more inquisitive you are, the more intuitive you'll be. What do I mean? If you look at people who are intuitive in certain areas, they have studied those areas very well. That, you see, an intuition is what we call your cup running over. Listen, your cup is so full that it's running over. You have studied that thing so well that you can intuitively say, this is what will happen, this is what will happen. I'll give you one more example. Relationship expert John Gottman. He says that when he sees a couple, after 5 minutes, he can tell whether the marriage will succeed or not. But you know what? He has studied relationships so well. He has studied so many things. So, in fact, he wrote a book called The Mathematics of Divorce.
Wow.
Yeah. So people who are intuitive, there are 2 levels to it. So I'm still coming back. Just hold on.
Okay.
People who are musically intuitive are musically inquisitive. People who are commercially intuitive are commercially inquisitive. People who are artistically intuitive are artistically inquisitive. People who are politically intuitive are politically inquisitive. So you find that some of the daredevil, some of the genius politicians are people who study politics to a fault. Do you understand? That's why they can intuit it. But that's one dimension. There's another dimension. And I'm going to give you the golden rule to this one. Your intuition is a spillover of the intensity of your thoughts and emotions.
A spillover of the intensity of your thoughts and emotions.
I got to break it down. I'll break it down. For example, if you spend a lot of time thinking about a particular girl. Your thoughts and emotions are there. Intuitively, I'm telling you, you can tell what she will like and what she will not like, even without knowing certain things about her. I'm telling you, your intuition is a spillover of the intensity of your thoughts and emotions. So intuition does not just happen adventitiously. No.
That's what I have intuition by about a lot of experience.
Of course. You have performed so many surgeries and then intuitively you just do certain things. Yes. Do you understand? Even footballers use intuition. You know, so the people say, I just felt like I should flick it in that way or something like that. No, it's a spillover of the intensity of your efforts in that area.
Now, when it comes to emotion as well, there's what we call depression and disappointment. How can somebody work out and overcome that state of being depressed or disappointed?
Okay, very good. Now, you see, let's say this book is somebody's mind, and this book is how many pages? Let's say 100 pages, 100-page book. Let's say that depression means that every page is black. Every page is black. I'll use myself as an example. When I felt like committing suicide in 2005, 6, 7, so I battled suicidal thoughts for 2 years. An analogy was shown to me that, okay, your brain is like a bucket full of dirty water. As you begin to pour clean water into the bucket, you flush out the dirty water. After a while, the entire bucket will become clean. So, an analogy was given to me as my mind as a bucket of 500 suicide verses. 500 suicide verses.
Okay.
How many?
500.
Very good. So I said to myself, I'm going to memorize 500 verses of the Bible. For each verse of the Bible I memorize, I'm emptying a suicide verse. Do you understand? So, disappointment, first of all, you need to find out what is the cause of the disappointment. What's the cause of the disappointment? If the cause of the disappointment is because, let me give you an example. There's a lady we dealt with during the 8-month strike, academic strike. It was 8 months, right?
Yes.
She wanted to graduate at a certain age. Now, because of the strike, she could not graduate. It was so long. She eventually went into depression. Yes. So, first of all, when you are dealing with anybody, you need to find out the cause of the depression. Then, most of those people, they have the wrong templates of life. They function with the wrong templates of life. Do you understand? So, they don't understand templates like, every frustration is a $1 billion innovation. Do you understand? So, they don't know how to convert crisis into opportunity. Because, let me give you an example. When you feel pain, the veins of your brain expand, which is an opportunity for deeper thinking. And that pain I'm talking about, it includes frustration, disappointment, crisis, pain, agony, rejection. Do you understand? And so on and so forth. Guess what? The most painful muscle in your body to exercise are your quadriceps. But guess what? It's the muscle that pumps the most blood to your brain. Yes. The most painful muscle is the most gainful muscle to your brain.
Wow.
So when a child is left in school, out of school, if the child says that pain activates the nerve cells in my brain, pain activates the nerve cells in my brain, pain activates the nerve cells in my brain. When Isaac Newton, you see, when his school shut down, that was when he invented calculus. Do you understand? So you see two people. One, your school shuts down, you go into depression. The other person, his school shuts down, he invents calculus. Which means that that lady who is depressed could actually invent something throughout the state of that depression. But it's because of the templates that you have of life, the rules that you function with, the rules you function with, the rules that you function with. That's what makes
those will always come to play.
Yes, in the way you react to situations. Do you understand? In your dispositions, in your feelings, in your actions, in your plans, in your long-term goals, and all that.
Okay, what do you mean by the extractive executive?
The extra time executive.
The extra time executive, yes.
Oh, okay, very good. You know, I tell people that the most successful people are extra time executives. Extra time executives.
Okay, what do you mean by extra time executive?
Okay, they are extra mile executives. Extra mile executives. What they do is that, I'll give you an example. Kobe Bryant used to do extra hours of practice. Extra hours of practice. If you see businessmen who succeed more than others, they have extra warehouses. You see, their contingency plan is as strong as their main plan.
Okay.
So, because when crisis happens, that's when great people become even greater. Guess what? When we had a pandemic, Amazon became a wealthier company. Do you understand?
That's true.
Yeah. So, but what determines that is your contingency plan. Your contingency plan. So, if you look at businesses that succeed, look at their contingency plan. Your strength as a person is not your strength in you. Just like saying character is who you are when nobody's watching. So don't tell me about who you are when people were watching you. Who were you when nobody was watching you? Wow. Do you understand? So the extra time executive is somebody that says that, how strong is my bench? Not forget about my first team. What is my bench like? Do you understand?
That's true.
An extra time executive is somebody that says that my year is not 12 months, it's 6 months. I must achieve all my goals in 6 months. Others are planning based on 12 months. You are planning based on 6 months. So that when things occur, do you understand? You can leapfrog. You have an advantage over the others.
Interesting. Now, what will come to the emotion of love and lust? What differentiates both of them?
Sometimes it's motive.
Motive.
Yes. So lust and love do the same thing. Some of them spend. Both of them spend reckless. Spend very well on people that on their victors or victims.
So why are people describing lust to be the evil one and love be the good one?
Okay. For example, if I'm spending on a girl, so that I can sleep with her and take advantage of her, and I'm spending on a girl because I love her, I want to marry her, I want to make her the best version of herself. Do you understand? I'm doing the same thing, spending, but the motive is different. The outcome, the objective is different. Do you understand?
Is there any evil within the outcomes, or they are just the same thing?
They can never be the same thing. One has an evil or a selfish motive behind it. The other has a selfless motive behind it.
You call it selfish. What if the other person is aware of it, that this one, okay, you're just spending on me because there is no two ways here, so can both of them?
I'm saying that both of them are you want to exploit the person. You want to exploit the person.
Spending.
Yes. The person. And you are doing it for your own selfish gain. It is selfish. It is selfish.
Okay.
Yes. It is selfish.
When the person is partaking in it?
Yes. So, for example, I'll give you one example of a woman. Her husband convinced her that to enjoy sex better, they should have sex with someone else. So 3 of them. It was the husband and then the wife and then one other lady. Do you understand? So you don't care whether it hurts the other person. You don't care what it does to the other party. It's just that I'm having fun, I enjoy it. Do you understand? So what will you call that? Do you call that love?
Now, if you call it selfish, the other person the third partner that was brought into the game, she's aware of it. So she understands everything of it, and maybe she's paid for it. So can that be that the man is selfish? Wouldn't you think the other partner, the other lady too that come in, is also selfish?
Yes, of course.
And so that means it's two-way thing. So that means loss cannot always be detrimental. It means that loss can also be in a positive way. Never, because if the motive is wrong, the decisions can never be right. Based on the example you give now, can you say the motive is wrong?
Why not? Okay, one party does not enjoy it, and the other party enjoys it.
For this to even happen in the first place,
one party is dehumanized by it, the other party is exploiting it, and then you say that it's not co-healthy for both parties. So it's just an example. Now, if both of them like it like that, If they revel in it, they
That's
love
exactly
it.
what I'm talking about.
That's a different thing.
Yes,
That's
what
a
I'm talking
different
about.
thing.
Okay.
That's a different thing. It's a different thing.
Okay, so that's exactly where I'm coming from. When you say someone is lost now or something, and both of them are party to it, can it be a negative loss? That means it can also be on the good side of it. So now coming to envy and jealousy, how do you differentiate both of them, and can there be positive envy or jealousy, or it has to always be on the negative part side?
So if we go into the Bible, the words are different. Jealousy is taken from the Greek word anav. Envy is taken from the Greek word prios.
Okay.
Jealousy is taken from the word zealous.
Okay.
That word means zeal. So when you look at jealousy in the Bible, it actually means passion or zeal. Do you understand? Yes, the Greek word is zealous, zeal.
Okay, I see.
Now, that's why the Bible says God is a jealous God. It doesn't say God is an envious God. Jealousy means that I'm passionate for you, I want the best for you, I'm protecting you. A husband will be jealous if somebody is paying attention to his wife, true or false? True. Because he loves her. So that jealousy is actually healthy resentment. Okay. Do you understand? So the difference is that in that context where the Bible puts it, the King James Version, jealousy is positive resentment, envy is negative resentment. Understand?
Okay, envy can. How do you think envy? How can envy always be? I've heard people say that when you are envious of someone, you work to try to be like person or better than the person.
That's jealousy, not envy. Envy is where you are jealous of somebody and you kidnap the person and kill the person. Okay. Yes. So if it motivates you positively, it's jealousy. If it motivates you negatively, it's envy.
Interesting. So that is the most perfect description of it. Interesting.
Yes. If you look at Joseph, Joseph's brother sold him into slavery. It wasn't jealousy, it was envy.
So what about hatred?
Hatred is also negative as well. Also negative, because when you hate people, it's not like you dislike them. You hate them. You are ready to do anything. You're ready to kill. You know. There are politicians who dislike certain certain beliefs of a certain political party, but you never see them speaking ill against. They don't even speak ill. You understand? There are politicians who disagree in terms of values or principles with others, and you even find them defending those other people at certain occasion where occasion demands it. So that's hatred. Means that, I dislike you obsessively and I'm coming after you. I will cheat you. I will manipulate things in your disfavor. If needs be, I will wipe you out and things like that.
Wow. What about admiration?
Admiration?
Yes.
Okay.
It can always be on the positive side when you admire something.
It depends on what you admire, because people admire the wrong things nowadays. People admire people for, all the people that trend a lot now in society, some of them have no reason to be admired in a sane society. Okay.
So how about when you're talking about hopelessness? When can someone get to a point? Is there anything like a point of being completely hopeless?
Yeah, it's just like you have to look at it like a battery. When a battery is completely flat. Yes. When a battery is 20%, going to 15%. When it's 15%, your phone tells you that, you know what, you have to charge it. When that battery gets to 1%, 0%, that's what you call, we now call it despondency. It's no longer hopelessness. It's now you call despondency.
Yes.
Which means there's no longer hope. The person is totally hopeless.
Because once they're coming out of that state.
Very good. Just like when your battery is low, you charge it. To come out of that state, you now have to start applying the hope principle, the principles of hope. Okay. Do you understand? So there are many of those principles that we spoke about.
So when we talk about frustration, what does it do? Does frustration propel someone to do something positively, or it propels on the negative angle?
Now, it depends on the individual. Some people were frustrated at the naira scarcity, and what did they do? They went and began to vandalize banks.
Yes.
They began to loot, arson, and all that. So frustration depends on the individual. Some people will have the same go through the same thing and say, okay, how can I cut my spending? And it will lead them to go on a path of financial discipline. Yes, and so people will go through the same thing and say, okay, how can I do trade by barter? Okay, I can't buy with cash. Do you understand? But I sell yams. And Ngozi, she sells this thing. Let me exchange. Or people will come out with creative ways to do things. You know, so it all depends on individual. Somebody is vandalizing, the other is creating a new source of money.
Does it also equal with devastation? When somebody devastated, do they align with frustration?
Devastation will be like an intense form of frustration.
Yes.
Okay. But even there are people who are devastated who come out of it.
Okay. So that means both of them can be different from each other. So give practical examples of people that you're coaching and things have changed their lives.
Okay. There was a guy that had an issue with public speaking. He was afraid of public speaking. Okay. And what we did was very simple. Very, very simple. We just said to him that, listen, who do you admire in public speaking? First thing, you have to look for the picture that you want. You need to find the picture that you want. He said, okay, I like Martin Luther King. We found some Martin Luther King videos on YouTube. And we made him watch those videos every morning for 15 minutes. First thing every morning for 15 minutes. We made him do it for 3 months, non-stop, every day. And today, he's doing amazingly well in public speaking.
Wow.
Yes, you know. So I told you, a word intensely internalized becomes an image.
That's true.
An image intensely internalized becomes an experience. Do you understand? So that's very, very crucial.
Okay, now when we talk about attention and energy, what do you mean by it?
Attention is everything. Attention is wealth. Attention is health. Attention is intuition. Attention is security.
Okay.
Once you lose your attention, you have lost everything. Yes. Whatever gets your attention has gotten you. It's only a matter of time. Yes.
So that it can also be like focus.
Yes, but guess what? Listen to this. When Delilah got Samson's attention, she had gotten him. It was only a matter of time. She just increased her intensity. That's it.
Oh,
yeah. Whatever gets your attention has gotten you.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of us chase wealth. We should be chasing attention.
How?
Very simple. I'll give you an example. You see, a carpenter that gives attention to carpentry will profit more from it than an oil and gas executive that does not give attention to oil and gas. So the real wealth is not what you are doing, it's the attention you are paying to what you are doing.
Wow.
I'll give you an example. Hold on. Don King became the greatest boxing promoter of all time. He came out of jail to promote boxing. At that time, boxers were getting paid $50,000 per fight. He promised Muhammad Ali and George Foreman $5 million per fight.
Wow.
How did he get it? Attention, because he didn't have any money in his pocket. Guess what he did? He went back home and just started thinking, how can I do this? That was his main focus for that season. Focused on only one thing. I told you 1 is the most important number in life.
That's true, yes.
Is the number of prosperity. He was just giving attention to it. And guess what? He got an idea. I told you that if water gets to 32 degrees, it will freeze. If your attention gets to a particular level, it will crystallize with an idea. He got an idea. Let me go to Zaire to convince Mobutu Sese Seko to host the game and to come up with the funds. Guess what? He didn't have any money in his pocket. He went to Zaire, spoke to Mobutu Sese Seko that, see, if we bring Muhammad Ali, it can make your country become very popular. Pele made Brazil popular. That game, that match made Zaire very popular as a country. He came up with the money.
Wow.
From no dollar in his pocket, he got $10 million. $10 million. Why? He gave attention to it. If I'm a carpenter and I have just 2 logs of wood, and I give attention to those that wood, I give attention to it, I will get more from that wood than a country is getting from oil and gas. That's why there are countries that make more from shoes than other countries that make from oil and gas. It's attention. Attention is the real wealth. A person who gives attention to comedy will make more than somebody who is making planes and selling for a living.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So now, how do you talk? When you say goals and system, how do you describe it?
You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Goals don't make a difference. It's systems that make the difference.
Goals don't make a difference.
Yeah.
If I have a goal and I'm chasing it,
Man, do you know how many people we coach that have goals and never fulfill their goals? I mean, that's why they come for coaching. Do you know how many countries have Vision 2020, Vision 2040, Vision this, Vision that, and it never sees light of day? Do you know how many countries say that, oh, in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, there will be total electricity, there will be 100% electricity in this country. Do you know how many countries said that, oh, in XY number of years, there will be no more carbon emissions, and we'll achieve carbon neutrality? In countries, companies, organizations, you see a lot of goals that never get fulfilled.
So how does system come into it?
Thank you very much. Systems is what makes the difference.
Oh.
Now, a system is a boundary that makes it impossible for that goal not to be fulfilled.
Okay.
Hold up. A goal is a course of action that is time bound. A system is a boundary that makes it impossible for a goal not to be fulfilled.
Wow.
Let me show you. Break it down for you. Now, I say I have a goal. I want to use my life as a personal example. I was going to finish a particular research last year. As at March, I didn't like the way I was going. March, or not even December, not September. As at March, I didn't like the way I was going. You know what I did? I said, if I spend 3 days consecutively in my house, no going out, no coming in, no phones, no food, no friends, I will go a long way. You know what I did? I called my neighbor. I said, let's sign a document. Lock me up for 3 days. If I come out, I'll give you $500,000. We sign a document. I stay in the place for 3 days. I'm doing work, no doubt. Every day, I come out, meet my goal. Bam. We do it the second time because I liked what happened the first time. Do it the second time. Bam. Yes.
Everything in there.
Yes. You know what? Do it. It's a system. I know that I'm not going to give my neighbor $500,000. So I'm not going to come out. So I'm bound by something. You see, it's boundaries. The problem with human beings is that we hate boundaries.
That's true.
We hate boundaries. Everybody wants to do as he likes. Yes. We hate boundaries.
Yes, that's true.
Let me tell you something. True. The reason why some nations have order and some that don't have order is boundaries. The reason why you can urinate on the street in a corner is because the boundaries allow for it to happen. There are certain places where you cannot do it. They have systems that make it impossible for you to do it.
Wow.
There are systems.
So how can people build it in their personal lives?
Thank you. Very good. There are 3 ways. We call it the price pact, the image pact, or the accountability pact. The price pact.
Okay.
Say that, okay, I'm going to fulfill this goal. If I don't do it, I'll lose also amount of money.
Okay.
Yes.
So you just set aside a part of money.
Then you have, yes, there's a pact. Do you understand? Just like me, it constrained me to do it. Yes. I have a friend. He goes to the gym now because whenever he doesn't go, his gym instructor deducts 50,000 naira.
Okay.
Yes. Price pact. It works.
Wow.
It works.
That's
it works.
True. Okay.
But not for everybody.
Yes.
The other 2 pacts are what you call an image pact and an accountability pact.
Okay.
Do you understand? You see, you don't digest food because you have a digestive goal. You digest food because you have a digestive system. System. Yes. Your body digests food not because there's a goal, but there's a system. You are breathing not because you have a goal to breathe. If not, every human being will still be alive today.
Yes, that's true.
But because people die because the respiratory system packs up. It's systems. Yes. Systems that matter, not goals.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. Which team has a relegation goal? Does any team in the Premiership have a relegation goal?
Not at all.
But would teams get relegated?
Sure.
Why? Because they have relegation systems.
That automatically it checks people.
Thank you.
It's
yes. When your coach is at loggerheads with most of the players, the morale is down. Those are the systems necessary for teams to underperform. Do you understand? When there's no cohesion, do you understand? When some people are trying to outshine others, those are the systems needed for relegation.
Do you understand? Image pact. So
very good. Let's talk about the image pact. Image pact means you come out and say, this is who I am. This is my image. This is who I am. Do you understand? If I come out and tell you that I'm a fruitarian, do you think I'm going to go into Chicken Republic, ordering a piece of chicken and sitting down to devour the chicken? I've told you I'm a fruitarian. Do you understand? There's an image there. Do you get it? As a system. The other day, they found some classified documents in Joe Biden's house. Do you understand? It became headline news because you are a president, classified documents cannot be found in your house.
Okay.
You know? So when you when you put yourself in a certain pedestal, there are certain things that are not required of you. It puts you in a structure, a system whereby you can't do those things. Do you understand? You can't do those things.
Then what about the other part?
It's an accountability part. Means that you have people who hold you accountable. There are people who hold you accountable. For example, a parishioner, a priest, a Catholic priest or a parish pastor or an executive of a company cannot do certain things, because if you do them, you will be removed from your position. So you are accountable to certain people. But I'll give you a better example. Grameen Bank is one of the most successful banks in the world, started by Mohammed Yunus, Nobel Prize winner. They have been able to give billions of dollars of loans to so many women. They have been able to rescue a whole nation, Bangladesh, out of poverty. They give collateral-free loans to women. No collateral. How? What is the boundary? The boundary is the accountability system. For you to qualify for a loan, you must belong to a solidarity group of 8 people, 8 women. The 8 women vouch for you. So if the person defaults, it's not just the person, it's 8 people that will suffer it. Okay. Do you understand? So there's a system. There's a system. Do you understand? It's just like, when you belong to a certain family, you can't just marry without telling your parents. Do you understand? There's accountability. So accountability. So 3 things that propel us as human beings. Image, your image. Do you understand? Why can't you sell your votes? Your image. Do you understand? Why is it that celebrities don't take third class? Do you understand? Why is it that celebrities don't take bus? Image. So image pact works.
Okay.
Yes.
That's true.
Accountability works as well. And then a price pact, well, because people, where your treasure is, your heart will be also.
Is there a higher one of all these 3 pacts?
There's what you call the pain pact.
Okay.
If a thing really pains a person, he will avoid it.
That is the highest.
Let me tell you, that's not the highest. The highest is the passion pact. When a person is passionate about a thing, he will do anything. The Bible says love is as powerful as death, and jealousy is as cruel as the grave. Many waters cannot quench love. The greatest pact is your passion pact.
Wow.
If a people are passionate about a thing, nobody can resist an idea whose time has come. So the highest pact is the passion pact, followed by the pain pact. Let me tell you something. If you like sugar, and whenever you take sugar, you begin to vomit, as in you won't be able to sleep. And let me tell you something. Let me give you this example. I have a friend. Her name is Benzo. Beautiful, pretty lady. So pretty lady. She doesn't sleep well. She needs to sleep well. But guess what happened? She started exercising. And the quality of her sleep began to get better. And guess what? Today, she exercises every day, hours. So that, because she knows that when I exercise, I sleep better. So it was the pain of sleeplessness that is making her exercise.
Okay.
Can you see? So the system that gets her to exercise every day is what? Sleeplessness.
Wow.
This one, when she sleeps, so when she exercises, the quality of her sleep is enhanced. Do you understand?
Wow. So how does that tie down to countries and like Nigeria now? How does system tie down to
yes, very simple. In a system, you have to say, what is it going to cost me if I don't do this thing? For example, I laugh at people. You have a goal, there's no system bound to it. For example, you don't fulfill your goal and you still travel abroad. And when you travel abroad, you're in business class, and you didn't meet your goal. It's not a goal. You were just fooling yourself. You were just all you had was a decoration on paper. It was not a goal. It was not. There's no system. You just wrote some words down. What is it going to cost you? Do you understand? What is it going to cost you? There are football players that said that if this thing doesn't happen, X, Y, Z, I'm retiring. Do you understand? The music stars that said, if I don't sell this number of records, I'm retiring. There were strong consequences.
That's true.
And those that eventually fulfill things, let me tell you something. I don't need to, for a person who loves Arsenal doesn't need a price pact to watch Arsenal.
That's true.
The system propelling him is a passion pact. He will watch Arsenal any day. In fact, before the game starts, 2 hours before, they are talking about the match. You understand?
Yes.
So you have to look for the 5. If you are not propelled by a passion pact, it's going to be a price pact. A pain pact. If it's not a pain pact, it's going to be a price pact. Not a price pact, it's going to be an identity pact. If not an identity pact, it's going to be an accountability pact. But one of those 5 must work for you if you are a human being who has a legal right to remain on this earth.
Wow, interesting. Okay, now let's come to building your unique selling points.
Oh,
how do you do that?